We're in England. We're going to do a book review of a pair of books, and the books are about the artist George Romney, R-O-M-N-E-Y, English, British artist. These books here used to belong to a public library because they've got inside them all of the stamps you would expect to see for a book which was part of a library collection which has been later released into the public. So here you'll see, for example, Leicester Polytechnic Library, and it also rather nicely has, both of these volumes have a handwritten number of which number of the limited edition they are. So this says, this edition in Japanese paper is limited to 350 copies, of which this is 215. So that's a limited edition book. The counterpart is this one, which has the same entry. There's a lot of stuff in the book the previous owners left in it, which is quite interesting. And the 215 of 350. So we've got two books. They have the library markings on as well. So these books are dated 1900 something, 1904, and they were put together by Thomas Agnew and Sons. Thomas Agnew and Sons is a picture dealer still, and was a picture dealer in Bond Street, pictures, prints, stuff like that. Mainly pictures, but other things. They were probably one of the top 5 antiques dealers in the world, probably still are. So they have put together what they've described as a catalogue raisonne, which is a top to bottom, side to side list of things painted by Romney, which they consider to be authentic and representative. It is likely there are obviously more things not in the catalogue raisonne by Romney as well. But at the time, this was done thoroughly, and it was written by Humphrey Ward and W. Roberts. This is volume 1. This is volume 2 of 2. The books are quite large, and there is not too much colour in them. That's volume 2. But there is some colour in them. And just to go through them, so Romney was a Northern English painter, well, born in Northern England, 1734, died in 1802, and he would have done much in the London area, of course. His most famous muse was Emma Hamilton, who was the mistress of Lord Nelson, and on the Wikipedia you can go through and look all about it. You can look up how he was in the Royal Society of Arts, how he knew Sir Joshua Reynolds, how he was in the Royal Academy, how he went to Italy, France, and how he went to Rome, came back to England and moved to London. So he was well connected, well travelled, and prolific. We'll go to the book very quickly. Hard to show you on the video. These old books don't have good photographs, just as one of those things. It is not a Victorian book, it's just after the Victorian era, it's an Edwardian book. It's nevertheless a good quality book. It lists all the pictures, it lists where the pictures are, it lists who owns the pictures. So it's a very interesting thing to look at for someone who's into Romney. The pictures are, all of them in here, it seems to me, portraits, and they are sort of samey. They have a sort of semi-formal pose. They are often on a similar background, and they obviously include silk and cloth. So there is a sort of format, if you like, of all these pictures in this book. And I think, personally, they're pretty much interchangeable. I'm not a great fan of this artist myself. They are sort of, the precursor to the portrait photograph. That's what I think anyway. Next one. This is a lovely book, beautiful quality. Though the prints are in sepia, black and white, they are good quality prints, plates. They tell us about them. So it's a good book. It's an expensive book, pair of books, and we have this for sale in England. That will be a wig, probably a horsehair wig. He probably has a shaven head. Okay, next one. This one is a book called Royal Academy Pictures 1907. So again, Edwardian sort of book, very nicely bound, leather. Beautiful marbling, which hasn't been ruined by stickers. Very, very, very good quality marbling. Now, the thing about this book is it shows, unlike the other one, this shows new pictures which were new in the year 1907. And it goes through English pictures, starting with the King. And there is, in this book, no abstract. There will have been abstract around, but there's no abstract in this book. You'll notice that when you look at it, a lot of the signatures are modern signatures for the era. They're quite stylistic, and a good third of them have these very zigzaggy, angled, big signatures. So that the scenes are classical. There are some oriental scenes. There are some pastoral scenes, portraits. That could be any of many Victorian people. So that's why I'm not a fan of that particular one as well. So there is sculpture, and there are all these set piece pictures. This is an interesting one. This is a Maharaja made after his death. The cost of that item to make and to get to India would have been, if it got to India, would have been huge. This is a famous artist. This is Henry Tuke, who does often boys in the sea. So it's quite interesting to look at it, and you'll see a variety of historical scenes. That's Victory, HMS Victory, and you'll see contemporary people as well. Windsor Castle. This book has only black and white pictures. There's a leopard, Scotland, court scene, music scene, a sort of cavalier style, Dutch looking scene. So some of these pictures are regurgitations. In 1907 in London, some of the pictures that were popular were copies of earlier styles. So it's disappointing in some respects. It's not so much contemporary, all fresh styles of art. So it's a nice book. It's for sale in England. It is the sort of book that's going to go up really over the years nicely. There's a few around, but not a lot. It's quite a good size. It's quite interesting in terms of the volume of stuff in it. Even the side is marbled. Okay, we've discussed a few books. Thank you very much.